What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Didi out here in Los Angeles. Dan is in Pittsburgh. Chris is somewhere on a boat. I don't know, freezing on a boat somewhere. I'm telling you, going to
Yeah.
the lake at this time, hit or miss, hit or miss.
Sounds like,
So,
Memorial Day weekend, you'd be in good shape, good luck there, but no, no, not at all. Not at all. Apparently, spring has just decided that it's just gonna not show up for us over here. I don't know what it's like for you, but it's the weather's not been great. But here we are, Didi. We're
yeah.
gonna, you know what I mean? I mentioned in the video I sent last week, maybe the three of us could get together again, and that'd be nice to have a full podcast and just the two of us. Just the two of us. Maybe next week.
Lit- I don't know if you listened to last week's podcast, but he
Yeah.
literally said it
Yeah.
immediately after the
Right
episode was
away.
done. He
Broke
was
the
like,
news. Cool.
not happening. One day it'll be three of us again.
We'll do
One
it.
day. One
Yeah.
day. Well, anyways, today on the show, we're gonna be talking for all the people born before 2000. What are some things that you know how to do that no one uses anymore?
Mhm.
We're gonna talk about that. We've also got a great round of brunch court. I can't wait to get into that. The college football playoff is expanding to 24 teams. I don't know who asked for that. Maybe Dan did. We'll find out here in a second. And we got music, we got beer, we got more. It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dan, let everybody know where they can find this thing.
Yeah, most certainly. Anywhere podcasts are available. Just make sure you're following or subscribing wherever that may be so that the episode that comes out each and every Wednesday comes straight to your device, downloads it, ready for you on the go. There's no waiting for us and anything like that. It's going to be ready there, right for you. Appreciate Chris mentioning this last week. Yeah, this goes unsaid. Maybe
Yes.
we need while you're there, we would very much appreciate 5-star reviews only. That's all we're asking for. And if that's not satisfactory to you, don't do anything then. Just continue to listen and tell your friends. But 5-star reviews only, they do help us. This podcast is growing, and we appreciate those who've done it so far. But we appreciate 5-star reviews only. What is it? Haters leave 4-star reviews. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like if 5 stars leave 4 stars, we're inclined to believe you are a hater.
Yeah,
That's it.
there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So we appreciate that while you're there. Full video episodes, the video pod available on YouTube, on Facebook, and right in the Spotify app. Same place you find the audio. The videos there. Those noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on demand anytime you'd like to watch after that. Wherever you're on social media at Brunch Breakdown. And you're probably like, listen, you promote the sounds of brunch each and every week, and I'm a loyal listener, and what the hell's been going on there? I don't know who to blame. I think it's collectively it hasn't been updated, and I'm sorry. On behalf of the Brunch Breakdown, we're sorry, I should say. By the time this is coming out, we're going to be back up to speed, back up to
Yes.
snuff with the
Yes.
sounds of brunch. So you just sit tight. Don't worry. All those songs are going to be there. So check them out exclusively on Spotify.
And speaking of that, I gotta get this off my chest.
Okay.
Speaking of the sounds of brunch, because all my songs are going to be songs from these Drake albums. Okay, so listen.
Still.
Second week in a row,
Okay.
I have to talk about I gotta talk about Drake. All right, so Iceman, awesome. Everything I want from a rap album. Cool. So I've been listening to that nonstop because for some reason people were like, I need to listen to all three albums at once. So many songs. No. He broke it up into three albums for this reason. Take note, everybody else putting out bloated albums. Separate them. Makes it a lot more digestible. So he's got two other albums that he put out. Habibti and Maid of Honor. Habibti, not really feeling it.
Okay.
Maid of Honor, though, might be the album of the year.
Word.
I swear to God. This album is so good. Like, so good. Because it's summer anthems. It's Drake really flexing that he kind of can do like a little bit of everything, which we all kind of know, but seeing it in a concise package, I believe it's 13 songs, it's 45 minutes, I believe. No, this is the album, and it might be the album of the year. Depends on how he submits it or how it works or whatever. It is awesome. And he tries some new things. Like I talked last week about the song Princess, which is like this emo rock thing with these very weird guitars going on in there that I don't know about. He's got an R&B song called Stuck that I think you never know what's going to be the song of the summer or what's going to be what, but that song is just honestly perfect. Like there's just songs that just be grinding in the club. I wish it hurts my soul that like all of my vacations will be family related this summer because I will not be somewhere where I can be outside, with the boys or just somewhere with like I wish this album would have came out when me and Siobhan were in Scottsdale. I'm mad it came out a week later because just the songs on Maid of Honor are just club ready, happy, ready to freaking go. Summer. This is your summer anthem. Put on Maid of Honor when you're having a barbecue or a cookout. You don't have to do anything for 45 minutes. You ain't got to touch it. It's just everything. And shouts to Drake for just showing us he can do all the things. So, listen, love Iceman, but Maid of Honor is just it's the summer. It's the summer. Iceman's for the winter.
Yeah. Hmm.
Maid of Honor is for this weekend, honestly, until further notice. So,
Okay.
yeah. Shouts to Drake, man. Telling you. If you haven't listened to these albums, take it one at a time. One at a time. You don't have to listen to all. He split them up. Split them up.
Yeah.
One at a time.
Well, that's good to know because I haven't. I've hardly had enough time to listen to any music at all, which is a damn shame and very unlike me. But now I know how to approach these albums. That's good to
Yes.
know. But
One at a time.
that's very exciting to hear about Maid of Honor.
Oh,
That's very exciting. And timely because yeah, we're sitting here. We're
yes.
by the time you've listened, Memorial Day weekend is in the rearview mirror, but we're in the midst of it, and that's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna maybe dial that up tomorrow. So
Yeah.
appreciate that. Appreciate that. Wow, you're all about it. I love it.
Oh,
In it.
I'm here.
In
I'm
it.
here.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. It's Iceman season. I'm very happy.
Well, Dee Dee, this is what I want to get off my chest this week. I want to go back. I mentioned this. I teased it. We'll tease it
To
for
being
you.
39, don't want to be
Last-
40. Is that what you're saying?
We're not going to do that. We're going to try to not. Yeah, it's 39 forever. That's the name of my album, 39 forever.
Drake's the Iceman. I'm the young man.
Yeah, I'm the young
Young
man.
man.
Yeah. I want to go back to why I wasn't here last week, the trip that I took to Baltimore, and I had, kind of explained some of the things that we did, and tease this up that I was going to come back and talk about this week, highlighting the trip by our trip to medieval times, of course. And I mentioned it was a blast from the past, if you will, still a blast, even as a bunch of 30-some-year-olds rolling into medieval times was still amazing. We embraced the theme, went all out, all in. But I mentioned the food. That's what I want to talk about here today. And one doesn't go to medieval times for the food,
No.
right? You don't. You don't. And they do. They stay as much to the theme as you can, like so much so that, yeah, you have to eat with your hands. You don't get utensils. Running through the courses very quickly, you're first served with a tomato soup. And I'm using air quotes around soup because it's like they got a big jar of Campbell's tomato soup and just like put a little too much water in it, like accidentally, like the condensed soup version, and you have to add the water. It's like they're just trying to thin it out a little bit there. So it's served in a bowl that comes with a little handle, and you sip on it that way, with a side of literally Texas toast right out of the freezer that you can buy at the grocery store. It's literally what that was, is the garlic bread as a side. Then you get your half chicken, your little half corn on the cob, and they call it a twice baked potato. It tasted like it was a twice times twice times twice baked potato. A little dry on the potato. Eating it with your hands, this scalding hot food, and it's all about the theme and enjoying it. There's clearly no kitchen at medieval times. It's very clear they're just using heat drawers. The stuff gets shipped in, most of it frozen. They heat it up. They come and sling it on your plate. But it is about the experience. But if I'm paying $71 to get in the door for this experience, I need just a little bit more when it comes to that food. I mentioned, to go and like support these places, right? Like medieval times. How often can you go to medieval times? Do you have one close by? Like, how often can you go where it's like something new, something different? They can change the storyline, right? You kind of probably have an idea how it's going to go. Maybe you don't know what knight's going to win. But like for the long term, medieval times has been around for a long time, but like I want it to be around for a long, long time. And I feel like I'm not looking for a menu here. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm looking for. The only option is the meal or the vegetarian meal. That's it. And so I don't need a menu, But like I get more options when I'm sitting in a first class flight, a cross country trip in an airplane. You know what I mean? I get more options there, and sometimes, arguably, the quality is even a little bit better. Um, so I'm sure there's other historical meals that we can come up with that you still have to eat with your hands, but we don't like get so deep into it, like we just like don't season anything because that's what they didn't do that. You know what I mean? So I think for the price, we can just elevate the food a little bit more. Give me a reason to come back. Give me a little reason to want to go back to medieval times more than once every 30 years. Because if I just get the same meal every time, I'm gonna be like, okay, it's just the show. Can I get the show without the meal? No. But like, you know what I mean? I just need a little bit more from the food aspect there. Maybe just a little variety that we can choose from. And that's all I ask of medieval times. Because I want to hear. I want to be here. I want to support it. I want there to be there a long time. But like, I think we could do a little bit better.
Daniel, it's about the show, man.
$71
It's
for the show. That's
it's
too much
about the
money.
show, man.
Right,
It's
but like
about the show.
it's too much money to get not good food.
But
It's too much money for not good food.
it's a destination.
Yeah.
You're not going there every day.
No.
So you have to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
But
a
I want
show
to if I want
that
to go
you're
every
only gonna go
year,
to. Like people don't like I don't know if people go to medieval times every year. Maybe they do, but
there's no
like that's
reason to
kind of yeah,
because
there's
the
the
food's the
real
same.
it's not the food.
It's
It's
also
just the fact that
expensive.
like it's a destination. It's a show and you're not supposed to go to it. You're supposed to go to it like every once in a while. Like it's like, oh man, like medieval times is there. Let's go. Why not? You're not gonna do that every year. You'll do that every 2 years, every 3 years. So you gotta pay for that. Because that's the audience. They know that people aren't coming to medieval times every week. You know what I mean? Like this isn't
Yes.
Friday night
Yeah.
dinner with the fam. This is like literally once, this is maybe once a year. Maybe once a year.
Yeah.
So,
It's got to be a
you
little
gotta
bit.
pay for that.
Are you defending frozen food at medieval times? I don't.
Yes,
What do you
I
work for
am.
Cisco? What's going on
I
here? I don't
I
understand.
talked about listen, I talked to you guys about how much I loved medieval times on the brunch
Yeah.
breakdown in November,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't even mention the food. And when you were talking about the food, it was hard for me to remember what the food was. Like I was like,
That's the
I
problem.
don't know. I did not care because I had so much fun there. I had so much fun there, and I just didn't care about the food. Like the food was just it was what it was. It happened. It was done. All right.
I want to care about it though.
That's
I want to care about it because I want medieval times to be around in 20 years. That's why.
Dude, it's been around for a very long time. I don't think they're having.
I
I don't
know.
think they're struggling.
Were they? What was your capacity? Well, like it was like 70% capacity when we were there. So I was like looking around. I'm like, is this good? Is this a good night? Is this a bad night? I don't know.
Probably good. I imagine it's probably good. I know for us, we went to like the afternoon show. I don't know what
Mm.
time. I don't know what time you guys went. We had
Evening,
the afternoon
evening
show,
show. Yeah,
and there was a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people there. It felt
yeah,
like it was like mostly crowded. Like probably. I mean, I wouldn't 80%, 70%. I don't know.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like a noticeable crazy amount of like empty seats. I'll
Hmm.
put it that way. So
Yeah.
like,
I just
you
think
know,
like give me a protein choice. Let me put my little flag up. You do it with your drink, right? It's like, do you want? She comes around. She goes, flag to the right, water. Flag to the left, lemonade. Flag towards me, Pepsi. I want. Give me this for the. Then I get chicken or pork. Then maybe that. And like the potato, man, dry, dry. Put a
and
kitchen in there. Put a kit. That's all I'm saying. Put a kitchen in there.
and then they pay. Then you have to pay more money.
Fine. Because then I want to go again.
God, Dan, what were you sipping on over this weekend?
Um, a lot of things. A lot of
I like
things.
it.
And here's the thing. There was something I wanted to share that I haven't had yet. I'm going to save that for
Yes.
next week.
Okay.
Um, because I picked it up, but I haven't had yet. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go back to last week because this weekend has been less beer, more wine, more cocktails, which can certainly be experienced in Brews Day.
Hmm.
But since I didn't get to share this last week, mentioned that we went to the Guinness Open Gate Brewery outside of Baltimore. Amazing, amazing experience. It's an experimental brewery, so they only brew things that aren't Guinness there. The Guinness Stout, it's only brewed in Ireland.
Yes.
Only brewed in Ireland, right? Anywhere in the world, it comes from there. They don't brew that here. And so this is like they get to experiment and have fun and do crazy different things. They never repeat anything. They've made like over 1,000 beers. It's very, very cool. Um, I don't want to call this like the local flagship, but it's like one that they actually keep on the menu regularly. Their Baltimore Blonde, very, very good. Very, very good. Probably had like four or five different styles of their experimental brews that they do in Baltimore. There's a reason the Baltimore Blonde is kind of a year-round one that they keep in there. Very crisp, very clean, little citrusy, and then you get a little bit of hop and malt to round it out. It was just very well balanced, put together, delicious. I mean, that is. I mean, it was like the weather was amazing. So I'm like, that's if I'm here, I'm sipping on this all summer long. The Baltimore Blonde from Guinness. So yes, highly encourage if you're in Chicago, if you're into Baltimore, check out one of those open gate breweries.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I have been drinking some wine lately, and
Okay.
I just want to tell people as much as I love like wine that's aged in bourbon barrels.
Mm, mm,
It
mm,
just
mm,
tastes real red. It just tastes so good. I don't know why,
mm.
but it just tastes so good. I don't know why it's better. I love red wine anyways, but like bourbon barrel cabs are like my absolute favorite. And I found one at Target recently.
Oh,
And so everyone can find this and it's really good. It's The Collection is the brand,
okay.
and they have a bourbon barrel cab that is really freaking good. And I want everybody, if you're looking for some red wine, get the bourbon barrel cab from The Collection. You can get it at Target, you can get it a bunch of places, and you're gonna love it. It's awesome. So
Okay.
get that.
I like
Yeah.
that. I
And
like
I
that.
love the
Easy to
one from
find.
Josh Sellers, but you can't get that like I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to find sometimes. Even though Josh is everywhere, but that specific one,
Mm,
their bourbon barrel cab, like reserve or whatever, is kind of hard to find sometimes.
okay.
But this collection one, just chilling right there, and I was like, let me grab this. It's good. 12.99, right there at the borderline of where you should be paying for wine price range,
Yep.
anyways. Because I don't think anybody should be paying over $15 for wine. I just don't. I like. I don't. I don't think anybody should be paying more than that.
15.
No, 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 no. Listen,
Wow.
if unless you're there, like you're at the place
At the
they
one
make
like
the
the
wine
winery.
there. You're
Yeah.
at the winery, okay? If you're there, pay whatever that you have to pay. But if you're at the store, unless you know what you're actually talking about and doing, this is my
Yeah.
point in saying this. Unless you know
Yeah.
what you are tasting and what you are like a connoisseur, like, there's just no reason. There's no reason. I'm not telling you to buy $4 bottles of wine. I'm telling you where the range is, and that's where you should be buying your wine. There's no reason. Like, if you're
My
just like, wine's good,
yeah.
don't pay more than $15 for it.
15. Wow.
No,
My
no.
range is like typically like 25 is usually where that limit is.
Listen, that's not bad either. I
Yeah.
just think, like, I just look around and I'm like, 15, yeah, should you, I guess maybe 20s, but it's just like, you look around and you're like, all right, I don't think you need to pay more than this for wine unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Inside tip. I got this. I forget who. It's pretty bad. I can't remember who gave this to me. I probably wouldn't say anyways. Somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Mhm.
At most restaurants that have wine, whether they specialize in wine or it's just on their menu, a lot of people will order the second least expensive wine because you don't want to do the worst. You don't want to do the least, the cheapest one. So they
Uh-huh.
go one step up.
Okay.
They restaurants and wineries know that. They recognize it, they can see it. So often the cheapest bottle or glass is a better wine than the second cheapest because they know most people are going to order it. So it's often that's a better wine. Nobody's getting it. Nobody, not as many people are getting it, I
Interesting.
should say. Yes. So
Okay.
very strategic. I mean, think about it. It makes sense.
Interesting.
But usually you'll find a better wine in that cheapest spot or even that third from the bottom. But people are just avoiding those because they don't want to look like they're cheap.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like when I go to restaurants and order a glass of wine, I feel like I know one of the brands, and I'm like, I'm not paying that much money for Oyster Bay. And that might be the wrong way to look at it. It's
Yeah.
just that you can get Oyster Bay everywhere. So I'm
Mm.
not paying for that. I have Oyster Bay in my fridge. Now, I'll just see a name that I don't know that might be worse, that might not be as good as the wine I'm telling you that I know. But I refuse at a restaurant to buy it. That's how I look at it. That's how I order wine. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I am not paying that much for what costs the bottle that's in my fridge right now. Not
Hmm.
doing it. Not doing it. That's how I order wine at restaurants, which is probably the exact wrong way to order wine at restaurants.
Yeah,
But
maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, it's probably wrong. Oh man. Well, let's get into the main menu,
Let's
shall we?
do this. Yeah, let's do
Let's
this.
do this. All right. So, dude, I saw this amazing tweet, and I love getting stuff from Twitter. It's always like my favorite whenever we can do that.
Yes.
And I saw this tweet, and it was from a girl named hashtag Jenny. She writes, "People born before 2000. What trivial skill do you have that no one uses anymore?"
Incredible.
So Daniel, what's a trivial skill that you have that no one uses anymore?
I love this. I love this. I love this. I love how it got me thinking, where it got me thinking. First thing that came to mind was T9 texting. T9 texting, and
Oh man.
specifically one-handed T9 texting, where that right thumb was getting, I mean, a workout every time. Boop, 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 boop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. The spaces in between, the T9 texting. I mean, what a time. Have a conversation with a Gen Zer about T9 texting. It'll blow their minds. Yeah, it was a skill. It was truly a skill. How fast you could do it, how efficient you could do it. If you had to go back, make a correction, whatever. And sometimes you just said, screw it, send that some bitch. But yeah, T9, those were the days, man. Those were the days when texting was
Dude,
really coming to life.
just going from up to oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
T9 texting. What a
Hmm.
time. What a
Hmm.
time. Man, shouts to Julie Stevens. I remember texting her a lot whenever like I had my Nokia phone.
Yeah,
So, you know.
getting a lot of
Uh
T9 in there.
what a time. Cursive writing, first thing that came up.
Yes.
The first thing that came to my mind. Like, do you know how hard cursive writing was? Just trying to do that and being tested on it
Hmm.
and being graded on it. And I remember being so frustrated trying to do like the cursive L. I just could not get it going. Um, it was like the capital L. I just wouldn't do it
Oh
right.
yeah, a little
Yeah, yeah,
loop
the
de
loop
loop
and the loop down
and
at the bottom.
around.
I just could not, like, my hand just could not make it work. I just remember being at like my mom's tutoring program, just like, dude, Mrs. Kerr's not gonna think that's good enough. I can't do it. And we worked so hard on that shit. And now, what's handwriting? Period. What is it? What's handwriting?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
handwriting, period, is just the skill you don't need at
That
all. Like
that was on my list too. Just handwriting. Have you ever
handwriting.
like I will write myself very rarely at work. I'm taking notes on my computer because I ditched the notebook. Right. I
Yeah.
used to do that at work. I ditched that. I'm taking everything on my computer, so it's always with me. I know that is likely a stupid thing to do, right? Because if the computer goes down, then I'm useless.
But yeah.
I stopped taking notes, and if I'm ever writing myself, I got a pen right here, a small note, a to-do list. My handwriting looks like dog shit now because I haven't. I'm like, my hand is like, it's like cramping up after two sentences. I'm like, boy, this was a skill, and cursive especially.
Ugh.
Shout out to our governor. They like got rid of cursive as like a mandatory thing in a lot of schools all over the
Mhm.
country. Our governor just re-implemented cursive being mandatory back in schools
Oh,
again in the state of
okay.
Pennsylvania, in the Commonwealth, if you will. So very excited that cursive making a little bit of a comeback for that. But you're right, handwriting,
Just
cursive, that was a long forgotten skill,
yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um, Another one that I had was reading a map,
Oh.
like mapquest.com. Ever heard of her? Yeah. Yeah. That was, I mean, that was prime. That was prime, baby. That's how you to and fro, whether it was a road trip or like not even that far, right? And you would print out the directions. I think even a subset skill of that is like being able to navigate somewhere with step by step directions. Like if I gave you just that, you know what I mean? Turn at this road, stay on this road for 3.6 miles. We had that on our GPS now, but you're still looking at the map, right?
Mhm.
You're looking at where you are and you're seeing
Yeah.
where that turn's coming up. But if you just have to like use your dash to figure out how many miles you have to go to get to that next turn, look for the street name
Uh-huh.
right? Like all of that, and then mapping out the road trip and looking at a map. It's just, man, that was not that long ago. And it took a skill because sometimes you didn't have a navigator in
No.
your passenger seat, and you had to kind of do that by yourself, and it was challenging. Had to print it out, right? It was man, that was a wild time. That was a wild
Yeah.
time before Garmin came in and saved the world.
Dude, or I'm the navigator in the passenger seat with my dad. Dude, that
Mm,
was like all of going, traveling all over the Midwest for AAU basketball tournaments. We were just MapQuests
yeah,
in a prayer, and we were stopping at gas stations and stuff because sometimes the directions like weren't right or whatever. And it
yeah,
wasn't like, because the thing is, like, what like Waze and Google Maps or whatever you use does is like it will get you to that destination, and it'll like reroute whatever. You take a turn, you reroute whatever, and it'll get you to that
yeah,
place even if it's like not exactly there. You'll get there. Like MapQuest like would just drop you off. Like it's like we're this is where we're at, and you're just like, okay, I guess this is where that high school is. I don't think so. Then you're gonna go
right.
to a gas station, someone's gonna give you directions, all that. But yeah, no, no. That's I feel you.
And the navigator, yeah, to your point, the navigator was almost a tougher skill
Yeah.
because if you're with the driver
Just
who's
for to
just
pay
like, I'm just
attention.
driving, it's on. This is on you. This is on you. You have to be paying the most attention. I'm behind the wheel.
Yeah.
What? A lot of pressure there. A lot of pressure.
Yes. Yeah. You have to pay attention. I remember having to I went to like Monroeville Mall and we ended up somewhere. Like I was like 17 or something.
Oof.
I was like, we went to Monroeville Mall to what the hell would we go there for? Can't remember, but somewhere, probably to get shoes or something. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, but we ended up, we were somewhere just driving around, trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. The next thing I have on my list is where the fuck? Hold on. Wait,
This guy
wait,
acting like
hold on.
Chris, acting like Chris
Hold
over
on.
here.
I am acting like Chris right here because I had this. Where'd it go? I just turned a page and I lost it. Hold on.
Your
Hold on, Dave.
handwriting. You lost your
Hold on.
handwriting. It didn't come through.
What the fuck? Oh my God. All right. There it. Found my page. We're good. Found my page. All right, here we
See?
go. Um, burning CDs. So
Yes.
burning CDs, I thought of this in a couple different ways.
Okay.
Like I knew how to install like the side CD drive. I knew how to install that on so like whenever we upgrade our CD drive for the burner, I knew how to do that. So I
Mm-hmm.
would like do that for people. And it was just like, yeah, I just had the skill. I know how to just install CD-ROM drives that can freaking burn CDs. And I used to just burn CDs all the time and have the people like, oh yeah, I just bought one of these. Like, yeah, like you can do it. Because whenever it first started, like you may have had a computer with a CD-ROM drive, but you didn't have like the burner.
Sure.
So you had to get the CD writer. And
Yep.
so you had to get one before it was like, so, because then at that point they started putting them in computers, but you may have already had a computer at that point. So you had to
Mm-hmm.
get the CD writer. And I knew how to put those things in there. And then, then burning CDs in general was just like a skill that you don't need at all anymore. Like you
Unfortunately.
don't, there's no, like, you don't, there's no CDs in cars anymore.
No,
Like just the art of the CD is pointless. Like, all of it is pointless.
it really is. It's a shame.
Like,
It's a shame, and then writing out if you had the one where you could write on the CD and write out what the songs are, or you just leave it blank and you'd be like, Summer mixtape
that's it.
2002." You know what I mean? You had it on your visor or something like that,
Yeah.
where you had the CDs and you just swap those bad boys in and out. Yeah, yeah. Wow, those were times. Those were
That
times.
whole economy is just gone. Like
Yeah,
CDs, like
CDs.
everything. CD cases, CD binders, CD
Yeah,
disc 12 disc changers.
yeah,
Gone.
yeah.
It's all gone.
Boy, wow,
It's all gone.
not that long ago. Not that
Yeah,
long
dude.
ago.
Yeah.
How about this one? I thought of this one is like taking pictures carefully,
Oh.
where like, you know what I mean? When you were still using film or even a disposable camera, you're like, we got one shot to get this right. Okay,
Yep.
this is a
We're on pick
digital.
27.
Yeah,
We
yeah, we have to be very economical with our approach. And so I'm gonna line up the angle. We're gonna get it. No, we don't have a chance to look at it digitally, delete it, try to do it again. Were you blinking? No. Like 3, 2, One. People still do that, but you had to be serious back then. There's no second chance. It's like we're gonna get this right, or we're not gonna know for a week and a half when I get this film developed. And if you ruined the photo, it's on you. So just being a little bit more careful taking photos with film back in the day. There was a bit of a skill to that. You had to care a little bit more whether you're the one taking the photo, because oftentimes that person got blamed too for taking a
Yeah.
bad photo. You have to be careful using the right skill to take the photo as well. Old school cameras, man. Those
Yeah,
were the
dude.
days.
When you had film, you only had so many cameras. You only had so many
Yeah,
pictures. Now we have
yeah,
an infinite amount of pictures. Like it
literally.
doesn't matter how many you take. It doesn't matter. But like literally, when I said pick 28, I remember my mom's camera was like 28 photos. So
Yep,
like you're at Disney World. This is the last thing of film. This is our
exactly.
last picture in front of the castle. This is what we got. So
Yes, and
all you
even like
motherfuckers, you
managing
better
it
look like
throughout
you
the
like each
trip,
other.
right? Managing it throughout the
Yeah.
trip, it's like we have to make sure we have enough photos before, so we don't just use them all up. We didn't bring enough film to go
Yeah.
reload. You had to manage what's good enough to take a picture of, what's
Hmm.
worthwhile of this photo, because we only
Yeah.
have so many with us.
Yeah. This is the reason why we weren't taking pictures of each other's food
Yeah,
back in the day. Because no one was like, oh, this sandwich looks dope. No,
right.
you weren't wasting
Never,
a picture. You had
never,
28 pictures for the whole
never.
day with your film. You weren't taking a picture of your sandwich. You just weren't.
No
You just
chance.
weren't doing it.
No,
No.
no.
All right. So this one is going way back, but it's something I did all the time.
Okay.
The TV guide. So the TV guide had the VCR plus numbers in there. So you would put those in so you could record your shows on the VCR.
Hmm.
And that was a whole thing in itself.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
that?
Yes.
That's nowhere to be found. I've never felt more old than just saying that out loud just now. Because what is like because we've been because I mean it's one of those things where it's like that was a very important part of my childhood was being able to record Smart Guy on my VCR and knowing to put in 1099876 and it
Right.
would just like automatically come up with that and it would already automatically record whenever Smart Guy came on at 6:30 or 8:30 or whatever time it was. So yeah, but now I mean, I've been using DVR for half my life now. Probably use that for half my life. Use DVR for half my life. And now, you just press the show and you hit record.
It's
What are
that
you
easy.
talking about with these numbers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing
Yeah, dude.
skill. Amazing
Yeah.
skill. Then the last one that I'll share is from
Got it.
the tweet that you shared of this screenshot from Twitter. Jonathan Edward Durham replied with a great one. Uninstalling my car stereo and hiding it in my glove box in under 15 seconds. That was a thing. And
That
like,
was a thing.
and you know what I mean? And it wasn't like you weren't stealing the stereo, even if you got it.
Mm,
You're stealing the faceplate of the
face.
stereo itself. But like, yeah, sometimes you had to do that.
Taking the faceplate off and putting the thing. Like
Why
that's
we did
just
it, we thought it was the smart thing to do.
all right. And the last one I have is a goodie.
Okay.
Remembering our friends' phone numbers. Like you
Awesome.
had to know someone's phone number.
Yeah.
You had to know it. You had to know your phone number, your parents' phone number, your aunt's phone number, whoever. You had to know all these phone numbers. I knew my church's phone number. Like, I knew everybody's phone number. Now I know none. Like, if I met you, like, Dan, I don't know what your phone number is. If I met you after, I don't know, 2005, I
Yeah.
don't know your phone number because I
No.
didn't need to anymore.
No.
Like, what? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like just it was just something we had to know. It was like you got the phone number, then it was like, okay, it's in your head now.
You memorized it.
You
Yeah. You
had to
to.
memorize. I mean, that's not, and I mean, honestly, you could say memorizing anything. You don't have to memorize anything anymore.
True.
But like,
True.
but phone numbers, like, what was I gonna do if like basketball practice got canceled because there was a water leak and I had to call my mom
Yeah.
on the payphone?
Yeah. Right. What was that number again? Yeah. Yeah. You had to keep it all in your head. You're right. I mean, it took me like
Yeah,
way too long to memorize my wife's phone number. That was like the one phone
dude.
number I know I have to have. Just for you never know. You
Every
never know.
no,
It took
everything.
a long time for me to memorize it.
Yeah, dude. It wasn't until we had Sersha that I was forced to make myself remember Siobhan's phone number.
Yeah.
Because that's when like everything just like, that's when everything started to be like, oh yeah, we had to, put all these emergency contact things or
Mm,
whatever. And I had to remember what her phone number was.
Yes.
And if
Yes.
I like, and that's when it was. So like now everything you fill out, it's like you go to the doctors, you go do whatever. It's like I gotta put my emergency contact. You gotta put like this person you call, and it's like yeah, I have to remember that number. But it wasn't until like form after form after form after form. I was like, okay, now I know
I
her
think I got
number.
it. I think I
Now
finally
I know
got
her
it.
number. But before that, what do I need her phone number
I
for?
know exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's probably the newest number that I have, and that is the person I
Oh
married.
yeah, by far the
Anyone
newest, the
else?
most recent. Yeah, and that'll probably be
Like,
it. That'll
yeah.
probably be it
Like, I don't
after
know
that.
you or Chris's phone number. I don't
No,
know.
no,
Like,
no. Mm-mm.
for what? I
No
don't
way.
know. Oh man. All right. Well, let's get into a sports topic. Chris isn't here, but a little inside football here. Or this week in football. 24 team college football playoff. They're meeting about it. It got word leaked about it, and it's gonna happen. What in the hell are we doing? 24 teams?
This is
I hate
ridiculous.
saying things like this will ruin something, but 24 teams ruins what I love about college football. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch. I'm gonna watch football when it's on. I just think it turns into a different sport and it's not the sport that I grew up loving. 24 teams, dude. 24 teams.
I don't ever remember a time in the history of college football where I'm like, after a national championship game, whatever, and be like, that 18th ranked team really could have beat them. They really could have if they would just had a chance. That 21st ranked team, I really think they were good enough to take them down. That's never happened. It's never happened.
Never.
And so, yeah, the push is coming from the Big Ten
Yeah, of course it
because
is.
they want to
It's
get the
coming from all the
entire
big ones.
they
Yeah.
want to get the entire conference in, basically, pushing for a 24 team playoff. It would eliminate conference championship games altogether. So
I
there
know.
goes that history.
I know. Just all right.
And there'd be
Nobody liked
no
those.
yeah, no automatic qualifiers aside from one spot reserved for a group of 6 team, which they have to like keep that. It seems like they're going to at least keep that no matter what. Um, and the fact that this is coming off the heels of the NCAA basketball tournaments, men's and women, now expanding to 76 teams, more quote unquote play-in games,
Kill
apart
me.
like that nobody also wants or needs.
Not
It's,
one person.
some things don't need expansion. They really, really, really don't. And this is not like, and here's the thing. In the history of the college football playoff that it's been around for as many years as it has, the majority of the games, not good. Not
Yeah, I
good.
know.
There's been like one good first round game in the history of the playoff. One. So why we think we need more is just I'm with you. This is totally unnecessary. We're kind of you don't want to say it's going to ruin something. I'm with you there, but like this is flipping this sport a little bit upside down. Where you have different meanings to regular seasons, conference champions, and now it's just the best 24 based on what some people think.
4 to 12 to 24. Like that, like you mentioned it when you're like that 18 team, the 18th team.
Yeah,
All I'm thinking about is the 24th team that ends up being the 24th team in the country is usually the team that like did something in a bowl game that they were like, man, that team really, really showed something. Let's
yeah,
rank them. You know
yep,
what I mean? Like
yep,
that's the team in like the Citrus Bowl that was just like, man, they really came through. Put BYU at number 23 in the rankings just for
yeah,
fun because
yeah,
no one gives a shit. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
I couldn't imagine thinking that one of those teams is going to win national championship.
Well,
And
it's funny you mention that because this year it was North Texas, 24
see, there
ranked
you
North Texas. They won 11-1,
see.
but yeah, and they would hype it in the same scenario this year. It would be North Texas literally at Alabama. Winner plays Oklahoma. Okay,
At
sure,
Alabama. It's just
Alabama. Yeah, that'd been a great game.
at Alabama. Just that is see, we can't. We
No,
like what like the thing I love about college football and even the 12 team playoff kind of ruined this too because with the
yeah,
12 team playoff, especially this year, it was like we're fighting over teams that we really didn't think deserved to be there.
exactly.
but like we were just kind of fighting just to fight. It was like none of us really thought Alabama was going to win the national championship. It's like I know Miami ended up getting to the national championship, so like whatever there. But like we're looking at teams, we're just like
Mm-hmm.
Indiana ended up winning. They're undefeated. They kicked everybody's ass and they won.
Yeah,
Like I just think but 24 teams is just crazy because that just ruins the regular season. You're gonna have
for
teams,
sure.
you're gonna have people doing what the NFL does. Because if you're Indiana and you're undefeated going into week whatever, you're just not going to play.
Yeah,
Or you're going to be like, yeah, we're just going to sit, Mendoza because we can.
yeah,
Like he's shown enough. If he's going to win the Heisman, it's not going to be because of these last 2 weeks. We've already went 12-0. Who cares about the rest of the season? And it's like they're going to have people sitting teams. They're going to have
for
people
sure.
sitting players and all this stuff at like game 10 or game 9 when you already know that you're in. Because if you're in the 24 teams, like what's the point of like, Notre Dame is going to have some weird stipulation in there anyways. If
Yes.
they get in if they have this many
Yeah.
wins or whatever. So
Yeah.
like, what's the point of them playing after they win 10 games? Who
Exactly.
cares?
If you're
You
in the
know?
top eight in this scenario, the top eight seeds
Yeah.
get a bye. So if you're anywhere in that field, yeah, why would you play? Why would you play your
Yeah.
starters? If
What's
you're in
the
the top
point?
eight, you're like, what's the point? We already have a bye to the second round,
Yeah.
and it's going to water that down. And so, like, what are we really going to be excited about? Like, ooh, who's going to be the 24th seed? Ooh, who's going? College game day is going to freaking Iowa to see if they can slip up from 25 to 23 this week. Like, what? That's what
Well,
we're going to have to get excited about.
no, and even that, it's like because you're talking about the top eight. It's like look at the rest of the teams. The team, like
Yeah,
I'm not talking about teams like 20 to 24 that might be on the bubble.
yeah.
There's going to be a group of teams in there that are just all season long. Like, well, they're
Like
in
we're in,
there,
we're in.
and like, what's the point? It's like you already know where you're standing. You got 3 losses or whatever, and like you play this harder schedule. So like Michigan's in or whoever is in. It's like these certain brand of
Yes,
teams are going to be in there, and it's
yes.
only going to be like your North Texases of the world, or your ACC school like Pitt, or your Big 12 school
Yep.
like West Virginia that has a decent year, and we're going to be waiting to see if we're going to be the 25th team, and like have to travel somewhere to go play on December 5th or whatever the hell. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Oh, and they were the Big Ten was pushing that for this to be implemented next year,
I
at
know
least waited. We're not going to get it next year, but it certainly seems like it's a matter
it's
of
happening.
when, not if, and it'll potentially
It's
be the year
happening.
after that, making their case as strongly as they can. And they've got one of, if not the loudest voice in the room, so they're going to get their way. They're
It's
going to get their
happening.
way eventually. So
It's happening.
it's going to be so dumb. It's going to be
Just makes
so
no sense. Like
no.
it just takes away the fun of the regular season and it mattering. And I think that's one of the problems with
Yeah.
pro sports and expanding. Like the NFL is going to do it too, and they're going to go to 18 games or
Yep.
however many games, and it's like just going to lead to more parts of the season where people are just not playing. It's like the NBA's already got this issue, and it's like you had half the league tanking. Like what are what are we doing? Like it was
Mm-hmm.
like in
Mm-hmm.
January, it was like you already knew who was in the playoffs because they're like, we already know these teams don't care.
Yeah.
So like we kind of already knew who was in the playoffs in January because they're like, nah, these teams are tanking for this supposedly historical draft that's coming up. So like that's
Exactly.
just what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, it's
you're
gonna be
gonna
a
get
mess,
more of
man.
that. And I'm like, oh God, because it's like I hate being the person that's like overreacts to something. Because it's
Sure.
like, yes, I'm gonna watch, and yeah, there will be a good game between 24 and 12 or whatever the fuck. I get all that. I just
Yeah.
don't want it. Like
Right.
I just don't want it. Like I don't
Just don't
want a
want it.
tournament. Like I don't need it. Like
Exactly.
so
I'm with you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Let's get to brunch court. Dan, what we got?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got a
Go.
lot of very
Yes.
appropriately themed items here this edition of Brunch Court. It's been a minute, so again, entering into the unofficial start of summer.
Mhm.
So Dee, the first one I want to share, this one's been out for a little while, but we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. Oreo is at it again.
Oh my.
Yes. Okay. So this is new to you. These are firecracker pop flavored Oreos. And yeah, you better believe it. Bomb pop flavor, the red, the white, and the blue. So this is this is the vanilla cookie, right? We're not looking at the chocolate here. So it's the vanilla cookies with, yes, count them all, three different icing cream flavors in between to get you a red layer, a white layer, and a blue layer. And they are different flavors: blue raspberry, lemon, and cherry to go exactly what you would expect with the
Hmm.
red, the white, and the blue. Um, think of like a double stuffed Oreo with the amount of cream
Yeah, it
between these two
looks thick.
cookies. It's a thick boy, no doubt about it. I did have a friend who tried these.
Hmm.
He said the icings kind of nail it. They're spot on. They hit those flavors, but it's weird to get it as a cookie. These are
Okay.
usually popsicles, those type of things. He's like the vanilla almost threw it off a little bit because you don't typically get that with these other flavors. Um, so I think that's just like because it's firecracker pop, bomb pop flavored, it mentally makes you like think of that, but then you don't typically get this other sweeter vanilla flavor involved. So it's probably good like from a blind taste test, but wanted to share that opinion. But Didi, I mean, here you go. Your thoughts. What do you think?
Well, the bomb pop is my absolute 1000% favorite popsicle. Like if I only
Yeah,
had to have bomb pops the rest of my life, that's the only popsicle that I would have.
here you go.
That's just it. I love bomb pops. The one thing I'm interested in, did they make this in chocolate?
No.
See, that's the thing. Like you mentioned the
Think that'd
vanilla
be
part.
good?
That's the only thing that has me hesitating. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna try this. I love the fact they did this. There's no question. I like it. Because the
Yeah.
flavors, those are easy flavors to make and all that. That's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder if this would be better as a chocolate cookie though.
It's fair. It's
Like
fair.
I get why the vanilla one would be the one that you do it because like you can see the flavors. It's a lot easier because if you put the chocolate
Right.
one, like then you've got like the dark red, the dark blue, kind of like doesn't look
Yeah.
as
It,
good.
it looks like the color of the stick for the popsicle. Where
Yeah,
basically,
yeah, honestly, it
that's
does.
why like it
Yeah,
looks the part.
yeah. But like, I wonder if it would taste better with chocolate and the cherry and I just feel like the
Interesting.
chocolate might taste better
Interesting.
than vanilla.
Okay.
But I'm
Yeah.
here for this, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to try this.
All
So
right.
I didn't even know this was a thing, but I'm here for it.
They're out. They're out now. Get your hands on them. If I
Love
bring
it.
home another like package of Oreos that I'm gonna like try four of, my wife's gonna kill me. So, um, better you than me on this one, I think. But yeah, this Oreo usually nails the special flavors. They usually do a really good job. There aren't many bad ones. This one, I'll be interested to hear your live reaction
Yes.
once you're able to find some of these. So
Can't
yeah,
wait.
these are out now. These are out now, just in time,
Like it.
appropriately. Um, Okay, sticking with that theme, another thing that you might have, we're gonna actually this is gonna kind of disturb you a little
Uh-oh.
bit, I think.
Uh-oh.
But it's that time for barbecues, cookouts, things like that. A popular item at those type of events all summer long. Baked beans, a favorite amongst
Oh, okay.
people, right? And the good people at Bush's, they want to get in the game too, baby. They want to get in the game too. And they've got three limited edition
What the-
summer flavors of baked beans. I thought this was a joke. Um,
Are you sure it's not?
it's not. It's not. So we're starting with dill pickle baked beans with a tangy dill pickle sauce. Apple pie baked beans with warm spices, brown sugar, and sweet apples. And then, yes, let's stick with Oreo. Let's do what they do. A rocket pop baked bean features flavors of sweet pops of cherry, lime, and blue raspberry. At the time of recording, where these were all available at shop.bushbeans.com. Rolling out into Walmart, of course, Walmart stores nationwide, while available. And just went online through till until supplies last. Wow. Um, let's jump. I'm just gonna get your immediate reaction of what we're looking at here. These are real. These are real, baby. Online and at Walmart starting
I
this past
know.
weekend.
I literally had to go to shop.bushbeans.com to make sure. I had to. And yeah, they're there. It's literally on the front. It's the front banner on their page. And the pictures look worse than they look in that
Ooh,
picture that
yikes.
you have up there.
Yeah.
Like the pictures on their banner look worse. This is okay. Bomb pop baked beans, what are we doing? Apple pie baked beans, what are we doing? Dill pickle baked beans though. Okay. I
Interesting.
don't like baked beans, but I don't think those would be bad for someone who likes baked beans and pickles. Because I think baked beans and pickles probably work, at least as something that you would have on the plate together, anyways.
Okay.
Like, I feel like in the summer, a lot of people love baked beans. I'm not somebody who loves baked beans, but if you love them, I get it. You probably have baked beans, probably got a burger, probably got some pickles somewhere near. You got a hot dog,
Sure.
pickles, whatever. Like, it fits on the plate. The other two, what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's never been a time where you've been like, oh man, let me get some apple pie with a side of baked beans. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let me throw some baked beans on this bomb pop. Let me go.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
town. What
Yeah.
do we, like, they don't, that doesn't make any sense to me. The dill pickle ones make sense to me. I don't want them, but it makes sense.
Sure.
Those other, yeah, hold the ice cream. Give me some baked beans
Yeah.
on my apple
Right.
pie.
Right.
What are we
Let's-
doing?
I mean, the Rocket Pop one, whoever did that should just be jailed immediately. I can't even fathom how that would taste, let alone it being like, this is good enough to can and sell it. We're doing it. I don't understand that. Your POV on the dill pickle one, I get. I don't like pickles at all, but
Okay,
I
okay.
think that the tanginess, right? I think the tanginess would work with
Yeah.
a baked bean. So even though it's totally not for me, I can at least conceptualize how this would work and be good, right? The dill pickle one. I'm somewhere in between on the apple pie one. And here's why. Because
okay.
yeah, I'm somewhere in between because the warm spices, the brown sugar, that's already kind of like a little bit natural with baked beans. But here's the thing, like a a, a base for baked beans is like tomatoes or ketchup. That's where it's not working for me. And like they make brown sugar and bacon baked beans, right? And things like that, where it's a little extra sweet. But like
Mhm.
a traditional baked bean, it's a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy, right? There's brown sugar and like ketchup and tomatoes like that. That's what's coming. It's that part that's kind of like making me hesitate a little bit. Like it could work if it's the right mix, where it's if it's just we're focusing on like the brown sugar aspect that I could see kind of working. But I'd be maybe willing to try it. But I'm somewhere in the middle on the apple pie one. I'm somewhere in the middle. That it could work, but I'm still terrified of all three of these.
I ugh. Yeah, no. You can't even talk. You can't talk me to the apple pie one. Like overall, this gets an absolute no. This is a big
Yeah,
no for me. But big no for me. But I the dill pickle just because I've seen pickles around baked beans before,
sure, fair,
and I can
fair.
see how if you like baked beans and pickles, this will definitely work for you.
Agree. I agree
Yeah,
with you.
no,
There's
no,
wow, bushes.
no.
They're like we're
Bushes.
not we're not playing
Wow,
around. We're in the fight this year.
wow. What are we doing?
Um, Didi, we've saved the best for last or the worst.
Or the worst.
Um, I think you shared this with us.
One
Um,
of us did.
one of us did. I can't quite remember, but again, barbecues, cookouts, burgers. You go in cheeseburger, you go in hamburger, ketchup, right? Popular condiment this time of year. How would you like a slice of ketchup? Or as they're calling it, slice of sauce. Yes, it's a slice. Think of a slice of cheese, but this is a slice of ketchup. I can't believe we're talking about this. It's blowing my mind. It's on Kickstarter right now. Um, it's exactly that. It's a slice of ketchup. They say it's better. It's better quality. It's shelf stable. You don't have to refrigerate it, which concerns me. It uses less labor and engineering than ketchup. You don't deal with the wet, liquidy mess of ketchup, which I've never heard anybody say in their entire life. Right? You have that maybe little inconvenience of that, like the watery part of a ketchup, right? If you don't like turn the bottle upside down, you get that. If that's the worst inconvenience for ketchup, I don't know if this qualifies needing to do a Kickstarter for a slice of sauce, sliced ketchup. Um, just absolutely mind blowing. And right now, I have the packaging up. But Dee Dee, we have to really share what this thing looks like. So bear with me a moment. Just brace
Like,
yourselves and your stomachs. Um, Pulling it up now. Get to YouTube, get to Spotify, Facebook. There you go. Slices of ketchup right there, ready for you to go. Mess free, even distribution, right? That's their sales pitch. Even distribution of ketchup on your burgers, your sandwiches, your wraps, whatever it might be. Slice of sauce. A first for Brunch Court.
I
All of a
just
sudden, those baked beans don't sound too bad, do they?
no. Now it's like because I feel like Bushes saw this and was like, "All right, well, let's just do something.
Yeah,
Like
let's
anything,
get
just
weird.
throw it up." Because this is ridiculous. This is one of those things where like, and this is a topic that we can do at some point on the brunch breakdown. But like, everything isn't a problem. And every ad is a problem. And you're talking to someone who does ads targeted at people.
Yes.
Um, Everything isn't a real problem. Like the watery mess of ketchup. Who's ever been like, "Oh my God, this
Such a
ketchup was too
pain.
messy. Oh, what a pain." No one's ever said that.
No,
That's
no.
not a real problem. Like, this isn't solving anything for anybody. It's just, what are we doing? Like, there's no way this works. I refuse to believe anyone is going to think of this as anything other than being funny when they go to a party. Like, someone who finds a slice of ketchup is just going to come to your house and bring it and sit it down and be like, "Ah, this is funny." Like, no one's buying this for real. No one's doing this. This is like a gag gift. This is like something you buy at Spencer's.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah.
this is a joke. What are we doing? No.
It's
And look at it
wild.
sitting out there in the sunlight in that picture. I don't want this.
No, 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 not at all. Quick update. It was on Kickstarter. This is full-fledged in operation now. So my apologies. The information I had been provided was a little bit old. Yeah, man, it's a full-fledged company now. A full-fledged company of ketchup slices. And now they're doing like spicy sriracha slices.
Of course
Now
they are.
they're
Of
expanding
course they are.
a little bit as well. Slice of sauce. It's a real thing, real packaging on the go. See, it's good for like school lunches, things like that. But again, the main question that we always love to ask on Brunch Court: why?
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 Wh-
Why? And there's no good enough reason out there to suffice to invent this or to use it
Why?
to try it.
No.
No, no,
No,
no, no.
no, no. No. Who are the people buying this? Like for real buying this? Like, "Oh,
Yeah,
we're out of ketchup slices. Gotta go get more."
right.
Who's doing this?
And like
Because
you
I'm
can't
not friends
control
with
your
you. I
ketchup
don't
ratio. People different like to control their ketchup ratio. This doesn't. This is just like this is what you get. You can put a second slice, but it's twice as much.
like. Do people cut these in half if they
Yeah,
like want
right.
like light on the
Little-
ketchup? Save it for later. Like, what do you do?
It's unbelievable. I can't believe
Oh
this is
my
the world that
God.
we're in.
God. I don't want. I don't want to be friends with anybody who honestly buys these. No,
No,
I don't want to be friends with you.
no.
I just don't. Like, we're not friends. This is what it is. Like, we're not friends. We're not gonna be. If I come to your barbecue and we
Friendship's
were
over.
friends and I see you have those, we aren't friends anymore.
Yeah, fair.
So there it is. Yeah. My God.
It's Brunch Court.
Well, Dan, that's brunch court. A beautiful brunch court.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get into music. Dan, what have you been listening to?
Like I mentioned, trying to play a little bit of catch up. Wow, catch up. No pun intended there. Really didn't mean to do that. That's a shame. With some music that's been out over the last couple of weeks. I don't think this made either of your playlists last week.
Okay.
But Machine Gun Kelly and Wiz Khalifa getting
Yeah,
together.
EP. Yeah.
Yes. Girl Next Door. Holy shit, that song doesn't deserve to be that good. It really doesn't. I mean,
Yes.
both of them. I'm not saying that neither of them should be making good music and can't make good music, but like, I was like, whoa, this is a combination of both of their styles plus pop. Like, it's very great song. They've got more, yeah, the EP, the whole thing. Thanks for teaming up, boys. Cleveland and Pittsburgh getting along. We'll take it.
Yeah, I haven't listened to the whole EP because, of course, I've been listening to a lot
Yeah,
of Drake. But it's one that I downloaded it. I have it. It will be there because the thing about those two guys, they're two guys who came up at the same time and
right.
both had different rises to stardom at completely different times, and both in the
Yes.
blog era. Those guys, so it's cool to see them there and they're on tour together. And yeah, and it's cool because I mean the thing about Machine Gun Kelly can rap his ass off. I know he came to fame by basically not doing that anymore, but
Yeah.
I hope he's gonna, getting back to that, and I hope there's a little bit more on the EP. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I love seeing those two. Anybody from that blog era, 2010, getting together and doing all that when everybody in that whole class, they were all everybody was so communal at that time. Everyone was open up for each other and all that shit. And like I think that's really cool. So
For
shouts
sure.
to them.
For sure.
All right, off Maid of Honor. I already talked about it. I'm gonna put Stuck on the playlist. Just Stuck. It's the jam. So yeah, more Drake on the playlist. More
There you
Drake.
go. More coming. Stuck, the Aces. Fantastic song. Made me think of that. Let's see. Next one, Muse released another single in advance of their upcoming album coming out in June. I mean, these dudes, the latest single is called Hexagon. If you ever wanted to listen to a rock concert in space, this is the song for you. I don't know how else to describe it. Very spacey, very synthy, but a very rock heavy Muse Hexagon. Very excited for this album coming out.
Nice. My friend Lauren's band, Thanks Baby, put out a new single. That's my favorite song. Listen to it. I'm telling you right now, get in early because soon you're gonna be one of those people that are gonna get in late. You're gonna be upset.
Yeah,
Thanks Baby. THXBBY. Thanks Baby. That's my favorite song. Jam. Cool video too. They just put out also. So
nice.
but yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
Thanks Baby. Get in
Yeah,
early. Get in.
love that.
Otherwise the doors are gonna close on you.
We
Damn it.
warn you, people.
Yeah.
We warn
Get
you.
in.
We've got plenty of proof of how many times
Yes.
that's happened over the
So much
years.
proof.
Over the years. Yes, for sure. Last one from me. Spotify came out with your recap of history on Spotify, right? Spotify turned 20, I think it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they gave you a lot of cool and fun information about your history on Spotify, how many minutes, most streamed artist, and your first song on Spotify. And so I'm going to put my very first song on Spotify. And this was years after being an iTunes guy, an Apple
Hmm.
Music guy, and I made the shift over to iTunes. And the very first song is what I'm going to put on the playlist to round it out for me. Walk the Moon, Shiver Shiver, from their self-titled album, 2012 self-titled album. Great song, and a band that we miss right now. They've been kind of taken a little bit of time off to do their own kind of things, and hopefully we get Walk the Moon to come back because they're just phenomenal band. And yeah, bring back some memories listening to Shiver Shiver, first song on Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
This song really smacked me in the face. I was driving and I was like, whoa, where did this come from? I was listening to The Heat on SiriusXM. Khalid and Lauv have a song called Tied Up, and it is
Oh,
freaking great.
okay.
I can't remember if they've worked together before. It wouldn't surprise me if they had, but yeah, Lauv and Khalid, two people I hadn't heard a lot from recently, and
Mm-hmm.
Tied Up is like the perfect mix of their voices and their voice. Like this could be a Lauv song, this could be a Khalid song, and it would sound just as good. But them two together, it just is great, and so I'm here for it. So Tied Up, Lauv and Khalid, love it.
Nice, like that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Is that what we got? Yeah,
that's
that's
our
it.
sounds of brunch, baby.
Yeah, that's the sounds of brunch, which will be updated very soon with a lot of
Yeah.
jams on it,
Yep.
and a lot of Drake on it. I was gonna do all three Drake songs this week, but I was like, you know what? I'll hold off. I'll do, some other people put out some music. I'll
Right.
shout them out as well. Shout them out as well. But make sure you check out Spotify for the sounds of brunch. Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the sounds of brunch. 2 weeks of music, maybe even 3 weeks of music. Who knows?
Who knows?
It's gonna be a lot of jams this week. Dan, any final thoughts before we get out of here on the brunch breakdown?
Yeah, I want to go back to where I started when I was like medieval times. The food's got to be better. Do not take this advice. The next time I go to medieval times, I better not have freaking bomb pop baked beans and ketchup slices on my chicken. That's not what I mean, you guys. That's not what I mean.
You said you wanted them to upgrade the menu. That's what you get. And that's the brunch breakdown. We're out.